Hello, good day to everyone. Okay, so this time we're going to have another video lesson tutorial and just a sort of recall. Last time I did already discuss addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of integers. Now we're going to proceed on another video lesson and we're going to do this by Candy Crush Saga game. So let's play! Okay, so we are going to have this topic or this lesson by level. So let's take it one step at a time. So let's go to level 1. Okay, let's play. Alright, so after going through this lesson, you are expected to illustrate the different properties of operations on the set of integers and apply it on our examples. Okay, so let's go to the different properties of operations. Number 1. We have the closure property. Okay, so for closure property, we're going to have two properties. So the closure property for addition and the closure property for multiplication. Okay, so for addition, it says here that for any integers a and b, A plus B is an integer. Okay? So, nagets nyo ba yun? Ibig sabihin daw nun, kung yung dalawang pinagpa-plus daw natin ay integer, ang sagot daw natin ay integer din. Okay? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng closure property. Hindi pwedeng kapag yung pina-plus natin ay integer, parehas, ang sagot ay decimal number, hindi pwedeng ganon, okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, this is closed for addition. Since yung pina-plus natin ay integer, therefore, yung sagot natin, the sum is also an integer. Like 7 plus 12 is equal to 19. Negative 15 is an integer, plus 12 is an integer. Therefore, the answer, which is negative 3, is also an integer. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng addition. Now, we also have the closure property for multiplication. Ano naman ang sinasabi sa closure property for multiplication? Ibig sabihin daw nito, for any integers a and b, a times b is an integer. Ibig sabihin yung product daw ng dalawang factors natin ay integer din. Kung yung tina-times natin ay integer, ibig sabihin yung final answer natin ay integer din. Like, negative 3 times 8. Negative 3 times 8 is equal to negative 24. Okay, diba? Negative 3 is an integer, 8 is an integer, therefore, the final answer is also an integer. That is what we meant by closure property. Okay, another, 5 times 9. 5 is an integer, 9 is an integer, therefore, the final answer, which is 45, is also an integer. Okay, so I hope you get what does it mean by closure property. Okay, wonderful. Level completed. Let's go to level 3. Let's play. Let's have the another property. Okay, so the commutative property. What does it mean by commutative property? So again, we're going to have two property in this commutative. Okay, so commutative property of addition. Alright, ano naman ang sinasabi sa commutative property of addition? For any integers a and b, a plus b is just equal to B plus A. You see, nakita ninyo, yung 6 natin, nauna siyang isulat, plus, nahuli yung negative 2. Tapos, doon naman sa kabila, negative 2, nauna, tapos, nahuli yung 6. Ibig sabihin daw nito, class, kahit daw pagbaliktarin natin ang dalawang numero, alright, yung sagot daw nito ay walang pinagkaiba kahit na pagbaliktarin natin silang dalawa. So, if I have 6 plus negative 2, the answer to this is positive 4. Okay, you remember addition of integers? And yung negative 2 plus 6, ganun din. The answer is 4. So, ibig sabihin daw ng commutative property, changing the order of the addends does not affect the sum. So, kahit pagbaliktarin daw natin yung dalawang number, wala namang pinagkaiba sa magiging sagot. Okay? And so, the same with negative 6 plus negative 3. So, ang sagot natin dito ay negative 9. And so, kapag binaliktad din natin siya, naging negative 3 plus negative 6, kahit pagbaliktarin mo sila, ang sagot nito ay ganun pa rin naman. The answer is negative 9. Okay? So, let's proceed to, kahit pagbaliktarin mo yung dalawang integer na tina-times mo, it does not affect the product. Okay? So, kasi nagka-times naman tayo. So, ang 7 times negative 5 ay tulad lang din ng sagot kapag binaliktad mo silang dalawa. Kapag binaliktad mo yung 7 times negative 5, naging negative 5 times 7, the answer is what? Anong sagot natin dito sa 7 times negative 5? The answer to this is negative 35. And so the same kapag binaligtad mo sila. The answer to this is still negative 35. So changing the order does not affect the product. So kahit baligtadin mo silang dalawa, it does not affect the product. Ganon din sa example natin na 10 times 6. 10 times 6 is 60. Kahit baligtarin mo sila, gawin mong 6 times 10, the answer is still 60. Okay? So, wonderful. Level completed. Let's go to level 4. Okay? So, for level 4, we have the associative property. Okay, ano naman ang sinasabi sa associative property? So, ganun ulit, we have two things to consider here in associative property. The associative property for addition and the associative property for multiplication. Okay, so for addition, for any integers A, B, and C, the sum of A and B added by C is equal to A plus the sum of B and C. Nagets niyo ba yun? Okay, so ganito yon. Ibig sabihin daw nito, kung meron tayong 3 plus 7, okay, na nakaparenthesis, nasa loob sila ng parenthesis, added by negative 4, ibig sabihin daw nito, kapag nakakita kayo ng parenthesis, you have to get that first. So, kailangan mo munang isolve yung 3 plus 7. Added by negative 4. So, kapag nakuha mo na yung sagot nitong dalawa na 3 plus 7, saka mo dagdagan ng negative 4. Okay? Ano kaya ang kalalabasan kung ang susundin natin ay ganito? 3 plus 7 plus negative 4. You see? So, parang yung order, 3, kita nyo, magkaparehas pa rin yung order, 7, and then negative 4, magkaparehas yung order. The only difference is that, dito sa kaliwa ng equals, inuna yung 3 plus 7 na sagutin. Okay? Yun yung uunahin mo. While dito sa kabila, ang uunahin natin ay si 7 at saka negative 4. Hanapin mo muna yung sagot nun. Yung sagot ba kaya ay magkaiba? Okay? So, malalaman natin yon. I-solve natin. Ano ba ang sagot sa 3 plus 7? 3 plus 7 is 10. Plus, okay, kinopya ko lang pababa, negative, okay, negative 4. This is equal to, kapag plinas kaya natin tong dalawa, palagay nyo kaya, parehas din ba kaya ng sagot doon sa kabila? Okay, check natin. 7 plus negative 4 is equal to positive 3. Recall, addition of integers. Tapos, kokopyahin ko lang din yung plus, and then kokopyahin ko lang din yung 3. Check natin kung pareha sila ng sagot, ha? Ayan. 10 plus negative 4. You see that? Ano ba sagot natin doon? Remember addition of integers? Kapag positive yung isa at negative yung isa, magkaiba ng sign, what do? We apply the rules of unlike sign. Okay? Bawas tayo. So, ito ay 6. Tapos, copy the sign of the greater number. So, mas mataas si 10, positive siya. So, positive yung sagot natin dito sa kaliwa. Okay, dito naman, check natin yung nasa kanan. 3 plus 3, ano bang sagot? 6. You remember, right? Kapag wala kayong nakitang positive sign, 6 here means that it is positive. So, you see, kita nyo, magkapareha sila. Ibig sabihin ng associative property, kahit daw pag iba yung unahin natin, ang kalalabasan ay parehas lang. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng associative property for addition. So, inuna natin si 3 plus 7, kahit unahin natin si 3 plus 7, or unahin natin si 7 plus negative 4, the answer will give you the same. Okay? So, next we have the associative property for multiplication. Okay? So, medyo complicated na yung symbols na nakikita ninyo dito. Meron na tayo ditong parentheses at saka meron na kayong makikita dito na bracket. Okay? So, remember last time I already taught you that when you see two parentheses, it means the operation is multiplication. Okay? So, the operation is multiplication. Now, it so happen na meron kayong nakitang bracket dito. Okay? You see the symbol? That is our symbol for bracket. And ang ibig sabihin niyan, kasi kapag ginamit mo na yung parenthesis, hindi mo na ulit pwedeng gamitin yung parenthesis. Kapag ginamit mo na yung parenthesis, the next symbol that you are going to use is the bracket. Okay? Kapag nagamit mo na yung bracket, the third symbol that you are going to use is the brace. Okay? So, by level yon. So, yung unang nasa loob, dahil multiplication yon, parenthesis yung ginamit. Now, yung bracket dito, ginamit siya para ipahiwatig sa inyo na kailangan yung unahin hanapin ang sagot ng negative 2 times negative 6. And then, pag nakuha mo yung sagot nun, i-times mo siya sa negative 4. Okay? So, check natin. Kung mag-a-arrive ba tayo sa parehas na answer. Negative 2 times negative 6, you remember the rule. Negative times negative is positive. And then 2 times 6 is 12. So, the answer to this is 12. Okay? And then, you multiply it to negative 4. So, may just copy it down here. So, 12 times negative 4 is equal to what? You see, 12 here is positive. Positive times negative is automatic negative. Okay? And then 12 times 4 is equal to what? Is equal to 48. So, that is the answer dun sa kaliwa. Ngayon, try kaya natin unahin naman yung iba. Okay? Unahin natin hanapin yung sagot ng negative 6 and negative 4. So, kita nyo? Negative 6 and negative 4. This is equal to what? Negative times negative is positive. So, positive daw ang sagot natin dito. May nakita kasi kayong bracket, di ba? So, nangangahulugan na yung nasa loob muna ng bracket na to ang unahin ninyong sagot. Hanapin daw muna natin yung negative 6 times negative 4. So, 6 times 4, this is equal to what? Correct. 24. Positive. Kasi negative times negative, positive, di ba? Remember the rules in multiplying integer. Okay? And then after that, let's bring down negative 2 and then multiply it to 24. What's your answer? Okay? Ang sign natin ng 2 dito is negative. So, negative, ang sign naman ng 24 natin dito is positive. So, negative times positive is negative. You see? And then, 2 times 24, this is equal to 48. So, you see, kahit alin sa dalawa ang unahin mo, okay, ang sagot ay mag-a-arrive kayo sa parehas lang. That is what we meant by associative property. Okay, let's proceed. Level completed. Okay, so let's proceed with level 5. Okay, so for level 5, right, so we're going to have identity property. Okay, so for identity property, we'll still have two things to consider. The first one is the identity property of addition. So for addition, it says here that for any integer, a plus 0 is equal to a. You see, the identity number here is always 0. Ibig sabihin, ano man ang i-add mo sa 0, ang sagot ay yung number pa rin na yun. So if you have here 15 plus 0, this is equal to what? That is equal to 15. Okay? Another example, if you have 0 plus negative a, this is equal to what? Ano man ang number na i-add mo sa 0, the answer is always that number. So, the answer is negative 8. So, yun lang. Yun lang yung identity property. Ano man ang i-add mo sa 0, the answer is always that given number. Siyempre, parang tumingin ka lang sa salamin. Ang nakita mo ay yung reflection mo. Yung salamin na yon is the 0. Okay, and then we have the identity property for multiplication. Okay, ano naman ang identity number natin dito? Ang identity number natin for multiplication is the 1. Ano man ang number na i-multiply mo sa 1, ang sagot ay yung number pa rin na yun. Okay, so like 32 times 1, the answer is 32. If you have 1 times negative 15, okay, remember? Dalawang parenthesis na yan. Tinuro ko na, sabi ko, it means multiplication. So, ano man ang number na i-times mo sa 1, the answer is always that number. Okay, so 1 times negative 15 is negative 15. So, the identity number here is 1. While sa addition ay 0. Okay, so that is what we meant by identity. Parang tumingin ka lang sa salamin na ang nakita mo ay reflection mo, so therefore the identity number for addition is 0 and the identity number for multiplication is 1. Kasi yung sagot ay yung pa rin. Alright, so next. Wonderful! Level completed. Okay, so let's proceed to level 6. Malapit na tayo matapos. Alright, so for level 6, what property are we going to discuss? We have the inverse property. Okay, so for inverse property, we'll have to consider two things again. The first one is the inverse property for addition. Okay, ano ibig sabihin ng inverse property for addition? For any number, any integer a plus negative a, it is equal to 0. Ibig sabihin daw ng inverse, kinuha mo yung parang opposite niya. So, for addition, kung meron kang 10 at dinagdagan mo siya ng opposite sign niya, di ba? 10 here is positive. Dinagdagan mo siya ng opposite niya, the answer is 0. Okay, wag kayong malito ha. Kanina, identity. Kapag dinagdagan mo ng 0, ang sagot ay yung number na given. So, ito naman, pagka plinas mo yung dalawang inverse, okay, so, halimbawa, 10. Ang inverse niya ay negative 10, di ba? So, the inverse number here is the opposite of the given number. Kapag plinas mo silang dalawa, ang sagot ay 0. And so, the same with, if I have negative 2 here. So, yung 2 dito is negative. Now, if you add its opposite, or yung inverse niya, okay, ang sagot ay magiging 0 pa rin. Okay, so that is what we meant by inverse property for addition. Okay, so let's have inverse property for multiplication. For multiplication naman, ang sabi dito ay, if you have 3 times 1/3, it is equal to 1. So, kung meron kang 3, ang inverse niya ay 1/3. Okay? Let me just clear to you this inverse. Diba? We have 3. Ang totoo kasi noon class, hindi ko lang alam kung naituro na sa inyo nung elementary, but I'm sure, siguro naman ay naituro. 3 here is a whole number. And, ito yun ha, ito. Okay? So, alam natin yung 3 na yan ay whole number. Paano ba tayo nagkaroon ng 1/3? Kasi ganito yon. Yung 3 dito, it is a whole number. And we all know that 3 here has an invisible denominator na 1. Saan ba galing yung 1 na yan? Invisible lang siya. Okay, meron talaga yan. Lahat ng whole number, lahat ng yon meron yan invisible denominator na 1. So, kapag kinuha mo yung inverse niya, or in some other term, ay reciprocal, yung ginamit na term, kapag kinuha mo yung inverse niya, pagbaliktarin mo lang yung numerator at saka denominator. So, ang nangyari, yung 3 natin dito na nasa numerator ay naging denominator doon sa inverse niya. Kapag minultiply mo daw silang dalawa, ang sagot niyan ay laging 1. Check natin ha sa multiplication of fraction. 3 times 1 is equal to 3. 1 times 3 is equal to 3. 3 divided by 3. Correct. That is 1. So that is what we meant by getting the inverse property of or for multiplication. So, the same way, kahit na negative yung integer mo. So, I have here negative 5 times negative 1 out of 5. So, syempre, kung negative yung nauna mong number, kapag kinuha mo yung inverse niya, dapat lagi pa ring negative. Okay? Di ba? Paano nga tayo nagkaroon ng inverse dito na negative 1 out of 5? Kasi nga, di ba, class, remember, 5, okay? Negative 5. All numbers has an invisible denominator na 1. Kapag kinuha mo yung kabaliktaran niya, so you're going to have negative 1 out of 5. At kapag minultiply mo yan, 5 times negative 1, or 1, and 1 times 5, the answer is 1. Okay? So, that is for inverse property. Okay, so let us now have alright, level 7 na tayo. Yay! Okay, let's play. For level 7, we have the zero property of multiplication. Ano naman daw ang sinasabi sa zero property of multiplication? Ito, madali lang. Yan. Nakuha nyo? Ano man na number na minumultiply mo at ang isang factor mo ay 0, the answer will always be 0. So, if you have here negative 98, times mo sa 0, the answer is 0. If you have this 0 times 12, the answer is 0. So, 0, kahit i-times mo pa yun sa 1 million, or negative 1 million, or negative zillion, the answer is always 0. That is what we meant by zero property of multiplication. Okay? Okay, next, let us proceed to level 8. For level 8, we have distributive property of multiplication over addition. Paano to? Ang haba. Okay. So, distribute, from the word distribute, ibig sabihin parang ipapamahagi mo siya kay Juan at saka kay Pedro. Kung meron kang dalawang anak, hindi pwedeng kay Juan lang. Kung dalawa sila, si Juan at saka si Pedro, dapat papamahagian mo si Juan at saka si Pedro. Okay, so let us have the following. So, ito yon. If you have 6 times 4 plus 8, this is equal to what? Nakita nyo? Okay, so this is what we meant by distributive. Okay, gagamit ako ng mga arrows ha. Si 6 dito, kasi ganito yon, yung 6 natin dito, ita-times mo siya kay 4 plus 8. Okay? So, pwede naman din actually na i-plus mo na agad tong si 4 plus 8. Pag plinas mo yan, okay, at kinuha mo yung sagot nito, ita-times mo kay 6, okay, pag na-times mo kay 6, ang sagot nun ay parehas lang kapag in-applyan natin ng distributive property. So, applyan muna natin ng distributive property bago natin hanapin yung sagot dito sa kaliwa. Okay? So, 6 i-times, ito yung ibig sabihin ng distributive property. Yung 6 i-times mo kay 4. Kaya tayo nagkaroon ng ganito. Okay? 6 times 4, remember? Our multiplication symbols. Okay? Kahit na isa lang yung naka-parenthesis, yung nasa, eto, to. Ang laging may parenthesis dyan, lagi, madalas, eto, yung sumunod na integer. Okay? So, yan yung may parenthesis. But, you know na dapat yan ay multiplication. So, 6 times 4. And then, saan galing tong plus dito? Okay? Yang plus na yan ay galing lang dito. Okay? Galing lang dyan. Alright? And then, next, saan naman galing tong 6 times 8 dyan? Yang 6 times 8 na yan dyan ay galing dito. 6 times 8. You see? Okay, yan. 6 times 8. 6 times 8. Kaya tayo nagkaroon ng 6 times 8 dito. Okay? So, let us now try to find the answer of this. Okay? So, 6 times 4 is equal to what? 6 times 4 is equal to 24. Plus, what is 6 times 8? 6 times 8 is equal to what? Correct. The answer is 40. Oh no. Correct. The answer is 48. Okay. So, 48. Okay. And then, kita nyo yung plus dito. I-bring down lang natin siya. So, plus 24 plus 48 is equal to what? 72. Okay? So, 72 yung sagot natin. Now, check natin yung nasa kaliwa. Okay? 4 plus 8 is equal to what? 12. Okay? And then, yung 12, i-times mo ngayon kay 6. Okay? So, times. Kasi, yan yung operation natin, o times. 12 times 6 is 72. So, you see, ang sagot natin ay parehas na 72. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng distributive property of multiplication over addition. Okay, so let us now proceed to the next level. Wonderful, level completed. Let's proceed to level 9. Okay, so ano kayang meron sa level 9? Okay, so here is your learning task. Yun na yung mga properties natin. Let's try to apply them in the following exercises. Okay? Yan. Sagutan natin sila isa't isa. Okay, dun muna tayo sa 1. 10 plus blank is equal to 2 plus 10. So, anong property ang i-apply natin? Okay, we're going to apply commutative property for addition. So, 10 plus blank, ano ilalagay natin dito? Ang ilalagay natin dyan ay 2. Okay, next. Negative 5 plus blank is equal to 0. So, you see, 0 yung nakalagay dito. Dapat mag-come up tayo sa 0. So, ano ilalagay mo dito? Okay, ang ilalagay mo dyan ay yung inverse ng negative 5. So, when you get the inverse, you get the opposite sign. So, kung negative to, edi positive ilalagay natin. Na ano? Okay, na positive 5. So, therefore, that's your answer for number 2. Next, you have here 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 2 plus blank. Anong ilalagay natin dito? Anong property i-apply natin? We're going to apply associative property of addition. So, gagawin natin ay, so you see, nakita niyo yung pattern 2. 2. So, ang ilalagay natin dito ay 3. Okay, so we're going to put 3. Then, we're going to put 4 also. Okay, gagayahin lang natin ito. Okay, yan. Tapos, lalagyan mo lang siya ng parentheses. So that will be your answer for number 3. Okay? Next, number 4, negative 9 plus blank is equal to negative 9. Ayan, naalala nyo yung identity property for addition? So, negative 9 yung nakalagay dito. Ang sagot mo ay negative 9 pa rin. So, anong idadagdag mo? Correct. Ang idadagdag mo ay 0. Kasi negative 9 pa rin yung sagot eh. Okay, so for number 5, we have negative 2 times 3 plus 4. Okay, so anong property i-apply natin dito? We're going to apply distributive property of multiplication over addition. So, negative 2 times 3 plus 4 is equal to blank plus negative 8. Saan ba galing tong negative 8 natin? Yung negative 8 natin ay sagot sa negative 2 times 4. Okay, anong ilalagay natin dito sa blank? Okay, anong ilalagay natin dyan? Ang ilalagay natin dyan ay yung sagot natin sa negative 2 times 3. So, negative 2 times 3, remember? Multiplication of integers. So, negative 2 times 3 is equal to negative 6. So, that's for number 5. Next, let's have number 6. 5 times blank is equal to 5. So, napansin nyo? 5 times blank. So, remember this symbol? This is our symbol for multiplication. So, anong ilalagay natin dito? Dapat to, ang sagot ay 5. Okay? Anong property to? That is identity property for multiplication. So, ano yung ilalagay mo dito sa blank na kapag tinimes mo sa 5, ang sagot ay 5 pa rin? Correct. Ilalagay natin ay 1. So that 5 times 1 is equal to 5. Okay, next, number 7. Ito na. You see, may bracket kayong nakita dito. That bracket means, unahin daw natin tong nasa loob ng bracket, which is 2 times 1. Then, pag makuha yung sagot, i-times sa 3. Okay? So, is equal to 2. So, ganun pa rin. Kita niyo yung pattern. Parang, eto yung 2 natin. Eto siya. And then, ano ilalagay mo doon dito? Gayahin mo lang yung 1 at saka 3. But wait. Nakita mo, di ba? This is multiplication. So, maglalagay ka ng dalawang parentheses dito. Alright? So, yan yung examples natin. 1 to 7 lang. You can answer the rest of the learning task in your module. Okay? So, I hope you learned a lot in this lesson. Let's end the example. Okay, let's go. Wonderful. Level completed. Level 10 na tayo. Okay. For level 10, let's play. Episode 1 completed. Yay! Okay. So, I hope you learned a lot in this lesson. May you all be able to answer the activity, the post-test, and other learning tasks given by your teachers. That'll be all. God bless. Bye-bye.